Hello. In continuation of playing solo on official servers lately, I have a couple more fights on a couple of different dinos for this video. And playing as a dino with higher mobility, such as Serato as you can see here, kind of leads me to be able to actually survive a little bit more. Because if I come across some Pycnos, I can use some elevation. If I come across Alios, I can use better elevation than they can, you know? Just anything for a solo player to be able to actually get away from the things that would be able to just catch and kill you very easily. But as one of these smaller dinos like Serato, or say Apache, or any of them delightful little devils, I do enjoy having a go at an Apex, just to kind of switch it up from hunting, stuff my size, and practically just running in circles until the fight is ended. Now, before I end up going on to a huge tirade of talking about solo in Path of Titans, let's just get on with it. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Is that a Rex? It looks like it.
Let's see what I can do, I guess. I am using a speed hide. Yeah, it is what it is. What else do I see there? So there's a Rex, 100%, but what's with it? Oh, baby aloe. Okay. Oh, couple of babies. Is there another Rex as well? And there's another Rex. I'm just surrounded by Rexes. Fucking hell. What do you want? I would go for one of those Rexes, if there was only one of those Rexes. I may have to eat one of these babies. Scram. Yeah, screw it. I guess I'm trying the Rex. This may go very horribly, but oh well. What? What are you doing? Oh, you don't have a tail attack? Is that the case? You don't have a tail attack? No, you don't have a tail attack. Well. Well, sorry mate, but you made this mistake, not me. You wanted faster turning, and this is what you get. I gotta eat. Very, very easy to just abuse right now. Rexes, holy crap. And after killing that Rex and getting a full stomach, obviously I grabbed the trophy and kind of looked for those aloes again to maybe give the trophy to. But you know what it's like. When you want to give a trophy to someone, you can't find anyone, but when you want to actually turn a trophy in yourself, you got the whole world coming for you. Well, it seems like I got that chicken off of that sty's back by paying off the chicken with a trophy. I paid that sty's debts. They'll have to pay off their debts soon enough. Otherwise, I'll send some Anos to go break their legs. And now here we have Patchy. Patchy is one of the dinos in the game that easily have some of the highest survivability and mobility, which very much just lends itself very well for it being able to thrive while playing solo, as it can travel across the map very fast and come across a lot of things to fight, along with being able to escape most dinos in the game, in the exception to groups of Alios or, some other stuff like that. Fast dinos and possibly numbers is usually what's needed to catch and kill a Patchy. I guess I'll finish this little tirade up for Patchy with I enjoy playing Scavenger Patchy, which means I eat meat, and I starve very, very quickly. So, in this case, if I find a small dinosaur, a baby dinosaur, while playing Patchy, and I'm hungry, I'm gonna kill it. And I think that's a lot more understandable, being a scavenger Patchy and actually attacking anything that you need to for food, over playing as a herbivorous Patchy and just attacking people because they're bored. It also gives a lot of people a lot less reason to actually be angry at me if I kill them, if I have to. And lastly, playing as a scavenger Patchy, because I do starve very quickly, I travel around a lot more just to find more chances to actually get a meal. Alright then, that's enough rambling. Let's just get on with it. Not a single soul have I seen in any of those zones on this server. What the hell? At least I'm a fast dino. I haven't got a rush. Well, I've got enough speed to be able to just like rush to where there is food. Oh, aloe. No! God damn it! They're gonna spawn in though, and they're going to be raw. What? A Sarco died, but what? Just a Sarco corpse. I guess it's gone under the floor. Oh yeah, yeah. It's glitched like through the terrain a little bit, or it just yeah. He shit themselves a little bit. I think they've actually run off to the water. Why did you hit me? Did you think I was gonna try and kill you? There we go. I must have really startled them. They must have had like a couple of really bad encounters with Patchies before. Can't blame them. A lot of Patchy players are just like ruthless. I mean, if I was hungry, I would be killing and eating that thing so fast. I would be rushing to make sure it didn't get to water before it died. Oh. Rex versus things. You sure that's a good idea? Unless you just killed a Meg. Yeah, that was a silly idea to try and sit while there's a Meg around and there's water. You goofy goober. God damn! I want this Rex, you bastard! Yeah, all yours. Go on, Meg. Oh, no, okay. Okay. I guess GG there, Meg. That is just what it's like on faster dinos. You choose your fights. You can pick your fights. Bigger dinos, you can't do that. You have got to just take what comes to you. And a lot will come to you. And now for one of my favorites. Of course, I've got to put at least one Stego clip in here, as it is pretty much my favorite of the slower dinos. While being able to pretty much outrun and stay away from apex dinos, it is able to also defend itself from a lot of mid-tiers in the game. One or two individuals have asked me if I could make a Stego guide, or fighting with Stego, and I mean, there's plenty of videos on YouTube of how to use X Dino, and they all have their own merit. You know, I'm not that great at teaching either, but I can give you one small trick that you have all seen me use in pretty much all of my videos where I use Stego. I will try and explain to you what that little trick is and how it's used after this fight. Enjoy! Hey! How you doing? Oh, I've been spotted now, they want me. I could smell it. And it smells like something. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna move over into the, little canyon thing. They are a little bit faster in the trot, but I can outstamina them. Biggest thing is just to make sure I don't get bone broken. Yeah, bugger off! I know all you're doing is just trying to rely on bone break right now. But I am going to use as much of these obstacles as I can. Yeah. Oh, why can't I hit you there? Simple bait. I'll just stand here and regen some stamina. Oh, you're looking pretty low, aren't you? And now you're bleeding to death. Hey! Easy enough. Thanks, mate.
I guess it's time for me to tell you that little trick I usually use for Stego. But this little trick does not work only just for Stego. It does pretty much work for any tail attack in the game, so long as the tail attack is actually good. In other words, it has like a good swinging animation. And all the trick is controlling how early or late into the animation of your tail attack you want to actually deal damage to whatever you're fighting. I do have a little term I use for this. I call it tempo, but I'll get a little more into that a little later into this. So I brought us into single player just to make it a little easier to explain. So I've got us facing top down right now just to make it a little bit easier to show you what I mean with explaining this little trick. As you're about to see when you look at the swinging animation of the tail attack, on the left side for Stego is where the damage starts for the tail attack. That means that anyone on your left side will get hit very early into the animation of your tail attack, leaving you to be able to get away as soon as you deal damage more reliably. But the trade-off is that the attack is harder to hit, as you have to concentrate more on timing for this. One of the best uses of using the starting side of your tail attack swing is that you can deal the damage in very quickly and back out with minimal recovery time when you want to go back in for another swing. And if anything small does manage to actually hit the frontal part of your body, a simple turn to the right and a swing will catch anything on your left
Hey,
side.
what are you doing?
That'll usually catch them always.
I wasn't even looking. And now you're raw.
So, the trade-off of trying to use the left side of your tail swing to deal damage is that you'll be harder to hit yourself or harder to predict, but you will have a harder time actually dealing damage yourself. Mainly down to actually learning the timing of it. Okay, so now that we've taken a quick look at the quick side of tempo, or getting damage in on the early part of the animation, I guess we can now have a look at the other side of this. Trying to get damage on the end part of the animation, or for Stego, on the right side of the tail swing. When looking at whether I want to use the right side to deal damage on Stego, I kind of think of them as planned attacks, as opposed to the early tempo, where they are more reactive kind of attacks. And what I mean by planned attacks for using the late end of the animation on the swing is that because the swing starts on the left side on Stego, the swing animation has to do that entire movement from the left side to the right side, meaning that you have to plan and position yourself so that your swing animation will go over and hit whoever you're trying to hit. This will give you more time and make it easier for you to actually hit others, but will also leave you being easier to hit yourself, as both dinos, whether it be what you're trying to hit or what they're trying to hit, are both in each other's range for a longer period of time.
Yeah, bugger off.
Along with
Oh,
being much
looking
easier to
pretty low, aren't
predict,
you?
seeing a Stego trying to swing for you on the right side of its body.
And now you're bleeding to death.
And so for the right side of the swinging animation, or the late tempo as I kind of call it, while the animation is making its way from left to right or start to finish, you can still move that entire damage area along in the same direction as the attack is already going. Meaning that you can make your entire tail attack swing cover way more area in terms of damaging anything really, instead of if you just stood still and tail attacked without moving or turning. Meaning you can also then drag your entire tail attack area onto the right side of your body to move over whatever you are trying to hit, which then in turn allows you to more easily get more hits while also staying a little more mobile. And lastly, keeping a little bit of distance from whatever you're trying to fight, as you should as a Stego. So now, after that entire ramble, let's just make a quick summary of what we've just gone over.
No!
Hitting enemies on the right side of your body with the end of the animation on your tail swing will always be easier to hit, but will also leave you easier to hit for enemies a lot of the time.
Whereas hitting people on the left side of the tail swing or the starting side of the tail swing, it will be harder to hit enemies, but it will also be harder for enemies to hit you, as it is a lot harder to predict that you're going to do that. Long story short, it's harder to hit others, but it's harder for others to hit you. And as for learning the timing, the positioning, and situational awareness for using this, that will be down to you to practice. Just play with it, mess around with it, and eventually it will just click. And don't forget that this doesn't just translate over to Stego, it translates to pretty much any tail attack in the game, except for Concavinator, because Concavinator's tail is absolutely terrible. I do hope this helped. It's my first time really making any sort of teaching or educational video, for a video game especially. But if it helped someone, cool. If it didn't, oh well, you got to see some fights. Okay, I guess that's the end of this ramble. I hope you all enjoyed. Bye!